Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back your lovely faces to another video here on the channel. Well, today we're going to take a look at something that was put up on geekbuzz.com, which this website, whoever runs their Twitter account, I think it's just the one person, they've been having a go at a lot of Johnny Depp fans in the last year or so. You know, I'm blocked by him. I think I had like one interaction with him where I think I literally just said, well, here, the document sort of thing. And they blocked me. You know, there's that sort of thing. But this is an interview that they supposedly had with Paul Barassi, the private investigator that AH hired. And it's quite an interesting conversation because things pop up in this interview that Paul Barassi didn't say with the Daily Mail or with other actual mainstream media outlets, or even the documentary that was done. So let's jump on into it. So this is what we got. Johnny Depp should walk away. A conversation with Hollywood fixer Paul Barassi. This was 2 days ago. So just so you can see it as well. If pop culture had a fixer, his name would be Paul Barassi. Even though the former actor and Vietnam-era US Air Force veteran isn't a household name, the names on his client list in Hollywood are. In addition to cases involving Michael Jackson, Eddie Murphy, Sly Stallone, Tom Cruise, Schwarzenegger, Barry Bonds, AH, Amy Harwick, among others who can't be named. You can imagine that he has many stories to tell, some on the record, others not. The Geek Buzz caught up with him recently to discuss Hollywood secrets, lies, innuendo, and everyone's favourite topic, JDVAH. So, after his crushing legal defeat here in the UK in late 2020, an extensive article in USA Today featured experts in defamation law, public relations and civil rights with the same message for Johnny Depp. Stop suing and start rebranding. First of all, with that there, they're saying they got all these experts and all of this. So how did the actual judge, the one who's residing over this case? First of all, you had Judge White, and you've also got Judge Penny now. They've all said Johnny Depp did not have a fair trial here in the UK. I think they're more the experts than public relations, civil rights, and all this kind of stuff, don't you think? Anyway, as you do see, it does go on. Add famed Hollywood private investigator Paul Barassi to the list. Johnny and AH should walk away. The time is long overdue for them to concentrate on their careers. They'd be better people for it. Now, with this, there was a thing going around, which, to be honest with you, if Johnny did walk away from all of this, it'd be like, yeah, okay. But we need to remember, with this woman, she accused him of horrible things, and she went out and wrote an article in the Washington Post, one of the most main newspapers in America. Hell, I even know it over here in the UK. But again, that's only because of the Watergate scandal and the Pentagon Papers. But you can't just walk away and say, oh, they'd be better for it. Okay then, well, tell her she has to retract it. She's not going to, is she? That's the dynamic of this, because she went out there, she put out that document, we call it a document, she put out the article, and she's like, well, I'm this. And it's like, well, okay, and your last relationship was Johnny Depp, but then they were like, no, it has nothing to do with him. That's what her lawyers stated. But then her lawyers said, yes, it is about him, after he lost the UK one, so they could try and use that verdict to get him thrown away. So Barassi has a long and successful career as a Hollywood fixer who knows where the bodies are buried. Fit and younger looking than his age would suggest, he speaks in half sentences, diving headlong into any subject before stopping short and saying things like, I really can't tell you this, it would open a big can of worms. Though his client list is a virtual Rolodex of Tinseltown royalty, he is perhaps best known these days as the investigator AH's legal team hired to locate people who had been this by Depp. Barassi readily admits not everyone he contacted was willing to confide in him, but he did talk to dozens of people from Depp's past and wasn't able to find anyone among them who had anything bad to say about him. So, with that one there, when he says that he admits not everyone he contacted was willing to confide in him, that doesn't mean that there's people out there who know how bad or whatever Johnny Depp is. It'd be like how the documentary people got in touch with me. I'm like, no, I don't want to do it. That's what it is, you know? Even though I'd be on there saying, no, I'm going for Johnny Depp. That's what it is. They've made that out to be like, oh, there's people out there who didn't want to confide in him, so he has to be guilty. That's why they've done it. And that's why they put it as the title. Does obviously to go on and say about, he gives impression of knowing more than he's revealed on this topic, or really any case he's worked on. His financial welfare depends on discretion, at least until he gets an advance on a tell-all book he will surely write one day. Again, because they could sue him for that though, so I doubt that will happen. Taking sides isn't so black and white. Baresi considers himself to be in Depp's corner, but not for the reasons those who've taken side in the former Pirates of the Caribbean star's legal proceedings might think. I relate to and empathise with him because we both had horrible childhoods and cruel parents. I believe he's been misguided because he grew up without an authority figure to guide him and champion him. After appearing on part 1 of the Discovery Plus documentary Johnny v. Her, which he believes was balanced, which it wasn't, the entire Depp AH affair has been top of mind for the US Air Force veteran. As the two prepare for their rematch in a Fairfax, Virginia courtroom next month, he believes the past offers sage advice for Mr. Depp. When Depp was only 6, the Corbin, Kentucky Sunday Times publicly humiliated his father with a feature story headlining his firing as the city's manager. Despite his disagreement with the reasoning, the elder Depp took the public embarrassment in stride, and he walked away with a positive attitude and with better opportunities in the future. Bit of a difference, don't you think, though, from when you're a multi-billion-dollar star and each film role that you potentially could star in could net you anywhere between $20 to $70 million. I doubt his father was making that for each participating role he was in. Obviously, this website, they do like to just go in and put a few things, because there is no way in hell this is the full interview with him. Decades later, Johnny would also face humiliation after he was cut from 2 major Hollywood franchises, and so he should at least consider how his father handled similar adversity. No, you don't do that, because, again, his father's job was completely different to his. He's in the public eye. Johnny Depp earns billions for these companies. Though he believes Depp should bail now from any further litigation, how he handles the next trial's decision will help determine his future. Now, this is an interesting one because myself, Linda, Stevie, Soups and Les, we've all been talking about this one. Despite having the services of a respected and high-powered attorney in Ben Chew, last month Johnny Depp retained the services of Kathleen Zellner, an attorney with an extensive track record of overturning court decisions. Her firm is perhaps best known for getting Stephen Avery's case tossed out. He's currently serving time for an unrelated murder case. This was a signal to some Mr. Depp had either lost faith in Chew or is already anticipating an appeal. No. He's got her because, well, she puts the fear in God of people. Baresi believes Johnny Depp wants to cover his bases and not end up as he did after his London loss, without a lifeline. If he wants to appeal, he may as well have the best. It's not like that, Mr. Baresi. Bearing any late settlement, Paul Baresi says Depp should move on regardless of the trial's result. If Johnny can accept the outcome, win, lose or draw with as much grace as possible, he'd be a better man for it. He has a die-hard fan base that will never abandon him. However, the never-ending feuding between he and ex-wife is even growing tiresome to them. Johnny should keep them in mind before further damaging his career. So, we are all fed up with her because we're all fed up with her lying. This is what a lot of people don't seem to understand. And it's geek buzz. The way that they go on about certain things, it makes you think like, right, okay then. This website is 100% for her. 100%. And the funniest thing is, if you look at this, on his Twitter, Facebook users with profiles based in Eastern Europe are going into DC Comics Facebook groups asking DC fans not to see Aquaman 2. The general responses have been F off. To me, he's just trying to drum up stuff, this guy is, And you're going by here, again, International Women's Day, the article, and then you got another, this is what we do. And it's like, come on. But yeah, this website is all for AH and her little group of cronies. But, these are what people do, It's just sad. Geek Buzz, they want to be in on it. They want to be, we need to get there. We need to do what everyone else is doing. We need to find someone, and we need to speak with this private investigator. Well, this is the first time that Paul Baresi has said anything. Like, there's people I didn't speak to. Yeah, they didn't want to speak to me. They didn't want to go on record. Doesn't mean that they were, going to say bad things about him. That just doesn't. Like I said, it's like with Discovery and myself and a few other people. They got in touch with us. We were like, no, we don't want to be on it. That's it, We haven't got anything to hide, but we just don't want to do it. And it's interesting to see that Geek Buzz would be the ones to do this. But there is no way in hell this is the full article. There's the full conversation between them. Because it's literally just one tidbit. What time is it now? This video's been going for 10 odd minutes. I've read this article for 4 minutes of that? There's no way they had a 4-minute conversation. No way. But that's what we got, ladies and gentlemen. So if you are new to the channel, I do have an email address if you'd like to get in touch with me. If you have any questions, any topics you'd like to be seen discussed on a live stream or via a video, hit me up at cgsquestions@gmail.com. I haven't been on there for a while because, again, I've been under the weather, hence why I haven't made a lot of videos or done anything else. But I will be going through them just to get the backlog going. If you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe, hit the notification bell for future updates, and I'll see each and every one of you soon.